New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman resigned shortly after the bombshell report from The New Yorker on 4 women, 2 on the record, who accused the powerful and prominent politician of physical, sexual, verbal and emotional abuse. Schneiderman, who has been a vocal champion of the Me Too movement, said in his resignation statement just a few hours after the story broke that, "It's been my great honor and privilege to serve as Attorney General for the people of the state of New York." In the last several hours, serious allegations, which I strongly contest, have been made against me. While these allegations are unrelated to my professional conduct or the operations of the office, they will effectively prevent me from leading the office's work at this critical time. I therefore resign my office, effective at the close of business on May 8, 2018. Michelle Manning Barish and Tanya Selvaratnam both agreed to be named and go public with their accusations with journalists Rowan Farrow and Jane Meyer. Manning Barish, 46, and Selvaratnam told the magazine Schneiderman repeatedly hit them, often after drinking, frequently in bed, and never with their consent, and described the abuse as assault. Neither filed police reports, but told The New Yorker they each eventually sought medical attention. And both women say they were threatened with death should they leave him. Schneiderman's spokesperson told the magazine he never made those threats. Schneiderman told The New Yorker in a statement that in the privacy of intimate relationships, I have engaged in role-playing and other consensual sexual activity. I have not assaulted anyone. I have never engaged in non-consensual sex, which is a line I would not cross. Manning Barish was romantically involved with Schneiderman from the summer of 2013 until New Year's Day in 2015. Selvaratnam was with him from the summer of 2016 until the fall of 2017. Farrow and Meyer wrote both women are articulate progressive democratic feminists in their 40s who live in Manhattan. The women are aware of each other, but haven't spoken to one another. The report says that as Schneiderman used the authority of his office to assume a major role in the Me Too movement, their anguish and anger grew. And so they came forward. Other women, who feared retaliation and did not identify themselves for the report, were nonetheless vetted by Farrow and Meyer, and one shared pictures of injuries she said she sustained at the hands of Schneiderman. Schneiderman, 63, is divorced from lobbyist Jennifer Cunningham and they have an adult daughter. In his statement announcing his resignation, Schneiderman, who had held the office since 2010, said, "It's been my great honor and privilege to serve as Attorney General for the people of the state of New York." In the last several hours, serious allegations, which I strongly contest, have been made against me. While these allegations are unrelated to my professional conduct or the operations of the office, they will effectively prevent me from leading the office's work at this critical time. I therefore resign my office, effective at the close of business on May 8, 2018. Here's what you need to know about Michelle Manning Barish. 1. Manning Barish said she came forward for my daughter and for all women on her Twitter account just minutes after the New Yorker story went live. Manning Barish wrote, "After the most difficult month of my life I spoke up. For my daughter and for all women. I could not remain silent and encourage other women to be brave for me. I could not, after the most difficult month of my life I spoke up. For my daughter and for all women. I could not remain silent and encourage other women to be brave for me. I could not, https://t. COHBL5ECH0RM, M. Manning Barish, at Michelle Barish, May 7, 2018. Manning Barish said she and Schneiderman met in the summer of 2013. She was then, and is now, a political activist. A single divorced mother, Manning Barish said she fell quickly for the rising political star with whom she shared progressive political ideals and values, and they began dating. But she soon found him to be controlling. Taking a strong woman and tearing her to pieces is his jam, she told The New Yorker. She alleged that during some sexual foreplay, after drinking he became violent and slapped her open-handed and with great force across the face, landing the blow directly onto her ear. She tried to fight, but she said he used his body weight to hold me down, and he began to choke me. The choking was very hard. It was really bad. I kicked in every fiber. I felt I was being beaten by a man. And she confided in a number of friends, including the author Salman Rushdie, whom she had dated, all of who confirmed the incident for the magazine. But she did not leave him. They reconciled. But it didn't last, although by appearances and reports, it ended amicably. Manning Barish and Schneiderman broke up in 2015. The New York Post's Page 6 gossip column reported in April 2015 the couple had broken up after a year and a half together. Sources tell us the beautiful Reed ended a relationship with the Empire State's top law enforcer in January. One source said the pair has remained on friendly terms, and the reason for the split was because Eric is very much focused on his political career, Page 6 wrote. Manning Barish said that, while she was with Schneiderman, he'd slap her during sex, force her to drink, forced her to have a tattoo removed, make negative comments about her body, and had a problem with alcohol himself, and took prescription tranquilizers, including ones she said were hers. Schneiderman has denied this. It is all true except for the words of one man, she wrote on her Facebook shortly after the story was published. Please send lots of love and strength to me, and I love you guys. Always speak truth to power. She received immediate support. Twitter was chock full of commentary, some praiseful and supportive, some biting and critical, and from all quarters. The verified, partisans, women and men connected to the #MeToo movement, and just everyday people, many of whom sought to champion Manning Barish for her dauntlessness. My thoughts learning egg number Schneiderman story 1. Lesson, practice what you preach. Point 2. Thank you to Michelle Manning Barish, Tanya Selvaratnam for speaking out. At Jane Mayerneer at Ronan Farrow for continuing to pursue truth for women. #MeToo 3. Ask, if you see something, say something. Avery Blank, at Blank Avery, May 8, 2018. Michelle Manning Barish and Tanya Selvaratnam at Ag Schneiderman. You hurt women. Rose McGowan, at Rose McGowan, May 8, 2018. I am in awe of the bravery of Michelle Manning Barish, Tanya Selvaratnam, and the other 2 women who have spoken out about Eric Schneiderman's heinous acts. No man, no matter how powerful or how important to a political cause, should be enabled or excused for such crimes. Mark D. Levine, at Mark Levininic, May 8, 2018. Love and gratitude to Michelle Manning Barish, Tanya Selvaratnam, anonymous women who told their stories. Your courage is protecting women and directly helping to build a new and better world. Eric Schneiderman, Eva Seltzer Drinker Putkanas, at Eva Putkanas, May 8, 2018. But more than a few have questioned the timing and the larger political implications of the scandal. Michelle Manning Barish is clear that she believes DJT is a horrid person. GSO, did you ask her about this and why she chose now? Given all that is at stake, it is just bizarre that she get in the way of us taking down DJT, whom she loathes. Pick. Twitter.com GIVQGZOBN3, Vansilskirt, at Vansilskirt, May 8, 2018. 3. Manning Barish is an activist and writer who spoke out against the Iraq War. A Huffington Post blogger, Manning Barish began her activism when her younger brother was deployed to Iraq. An outspoken critic of the Iraq War, she supported the troops, she said, and that meant to bring them home now. Manning Barish appeared in Movian.org videos and produced many herself. Manning Barish is also an on-camera social change media maker for Art Not War, a New York and Los Angeles-based cultural impact and public relations firm specializing in social justice movement building and digital strategy. In a bio on HuffPo, it said her purpose and passion is to create positive social change, revealing injustices and inspiring others through mindfulness and a feeling of empowerment and connectedness to create the change in the world we all hope to see. Born November 28, 1971, and raised in South Florida, she studied English at Florida International University and studied urban humanitarian emergency crisis management at Harvard University. She is divorced from Chris Barish, a film producer who has owned several restaurants and nightclubs. She and Chris Barish have a daughter, B. Together. Michelle Manning Barish also dated writer Salman Rushdie. Manning Barish did relief work in New York after Hurricane Sandy and wrote about the failures of the Red Cross while creating her own Be Prepared videos after spending weeks doing humanitarian aid relief work in the Rockaways in Queens, New York. After Hurricane Sandy leveled the seaside community in 2012, Manning Barish wrote a piece for the Daily Beast about the absence of the American Red Cross that was widely praised for its candor. For 14 days after that hurricane, I worked all over the Rockaways, she wrote, evacuating people, handing out supplies, delivered meals, helped out at a local school and begged, borrowed, and hustled to get the critical supplies that people needed, waited hours for gasoline like everyone else. And this effort, by thousands like myself, was how the communities were saved and fed. I only saw Red Cross vehicles twice in 2 weeks, she wrote. Having studied urban humanitarian emergency crisis management, Manning Barish even went on to create a video on preparedness in 2014, Be Prepared, Go Bags with Michelle Manning Barish. She describes herself as a prepper, which is a movement of survivalists preparing for natural and unnatural disasters from superstorms to social or political chaos. On her Instagram, Manning Barish penned an ode to women to rise up and speak up and stand together. I've been thinking a lot about female empowerment lately. It's because I'm writing about it now. Watching, asking questions, seeing, observing and participating. I hate to report back that on a whole, we have fallen short of where we need to be. I have seen some of the most inspiring stories, but also women who just aren't ready for change. And some truly horrible things too. We actively vote against ourselves when we base our decisions on ambition, self-serving priorities and neglect the greater good of all. If you can't see that, you will always have a false sense of freedom, a lie, and nothing will change, she wrote. Here's the thing, we cannot have a revolution simply with Sharpies, hashtags and pussy hats. We must rise up. Speak truth to power. Be brave. And fight. And if you can't do that, if you aren't ready, we must never abandon our sisters. Never. The only way we change this world for the better and for equality is if we get deeply brave, deeply honest, and fight.